Hello, my name is Chris Zavadil. This year I was in educational psychology. We learned a number of different theories and topics in this class. In the next 400 seconds, I will be talking about what I think is the most important information to know and how it can be useful in the classroom as a future teacher. First up, Vygotsky. He is one of the greatest educational theorists of our time. He talked all about how children develop cognitively. His theory of cognitive development is all about social learning. As a teacher, we can work to build this social learning in the classroom and to build cognitive development in our students in numerous ways. Here's an example. You are learning a new concept in class, long division. Your teacher gives an example of how to do a long division problem on the board. The teacher then asks you to complete the first step of a long division problem. You go through this with the teacher until you are able to do long division by yourself. This is called scaffolding in the zone of proximal development. But what is the zone of proximal development? The zone of proximal development is like a target. Tasks within the zone of proximal development are those that a child cannot yet accomplish alone, but can accomplish with the assistance of teachers or peers. Teachers need to target and teach students where they are at developmentally. Another researcher who had a big part in the role of cognitive development was Piaget. He brought up the idea of constructivism. Constructivism can be thought of learning a new reality from different experiences. Students come to school with already formulated information and use that knowledge to construct new knowledge and information in the classroom. We construct new information in our minds when we have new experiences. Imagine you're on the football team. You are the second string kicker, but you show up to practice every day. One day the kicker gets hurt and you are put in. You square up and make the kick. Your experiences that you have had from practice helped you to construct what you needed to know to make that kick in the varsity game. Here's a situation. You are sitting across from your friend in math class and they whisper over to see your paper. What do? Do you slide your paper over and show, or do you keep taking your test? This is called a moral dilemma. There are 3 stages of moral reasoning categorized into 3 different levels that Lawrence Kohlberg proposed that all people will pass through. It starts with the pre-conventional level. Jimmy is a young boy in 2nd grade. When his parents ask him to walk the dog, he does as he is told, to stay out of trouble. Also in this level, Jimmy is thinking about what is in it for him. After walking the dog, Jimmy knows that he'll be able to watch TV when he gets back. Jimmy is now in the 10th grade and he's on the basketball team. He knows one of his teammates broke one of the team rules. He's facing the moral dilemma of whether to tell the coach or not because his teammate is a good player. He is in the conventional stage of moral development. He knows the rules but is wondering if he should break the rules for the good of the team. Fast forward to when Jimmy's in college. He's walking home and he sees someone try to steal a bike, so he calls the cops. Now Jimmy is in a post-conventional level of moral development. It is against the law to steal, and Jimmy knows that. Therefore, he does call the cops. His own ethics tell him what is wrong and what he should do. A majority of time when we are in grade school, when we get in trouble, we are not allowed to go to recess, or we are given a detention at lunch. The joy of lunch and recess with our friends was taken away from us. This is called a negative reinforcement. It is taking away something because of an unpleasant behavior or action. Growing up at home, we were all given a list of chores to do. But one day you come home and your mom sees that you got an A on a test and tells you that you don't have to do the dishes after dinner. This is a positive reinforcement. You no longer have to do an unpleasant task, so it reinforces the behavior of getting good grades on a test. Going through adolescence and into adulthood, we go through different stages of identity development. James Marcia talks about how our beliefs develop as we get older, and you can evaluate your identity about where you are right now. Those 4 identity statuses are foreclosure, identity diffusion, moratorium, and identity achievement. Sally grew up in a Christian home with Christian parents and always goes to church on Sundays. She identifies as a Christian but doesn't really know what that means. She is in foreclosure identity status. She has beliefs because of her parents and hasn't really changed anything else. She has never gone through an identity crisis, and her beliefs are set because of her parents. Identity diffusion can occur when students are around middle school age. At this time, most kids this age truly know what they believe. There is a sort of identity crisis going on. They try to do what their friends do or what the most popular kids are doing. They don't truly know their identity and what they believe. They go along with what the crowd is doing. A moratorium identity crisis can sometimes happen when adolescents are ready to graduate high school and choose a college. This is seen as an identity crisis because they are starting to make choices that will create a lot of change. They are starting to consider alternative life choices. This is something that can cause a crisis with identity and truly trying to figure out what and who you are as a person. Roger is a college senior and is majoring in biology. He recently got accepted into Harvard for medical school. He is going to become a doctor. He has strong beliefs in helping people and has had a clear path set for what he wants in a career. Roger is an identity achievement. He has made conscious reflection and clear-cut decisions about career and ideology. Did you know that psychology can help you study better too? Most of the time, when students study, it's all cramming and memorization, then forgetting all the information once the test is over. A strategy called spaced study that is designed to review information at a time that you will naturally forget it and keep it in the long-term memory. This is how it works. Start studying early for exams and quizzes. When studying, allow greater time between study sessions for less known information, but then you can allow less time between study sessions with information that is more known and that you have a better understanding of. This allows students to apply knowledge as they start to naturally forget it, increasing greater results on a test. There are so many things that the brain is capable of. Our understanding of the psychology of those things can help us to become better teachers and students. When we put all these things into place, it can help benefit ourselves and our future students in the classroom. Understanding this psychology is what is important as a future teacher.